What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Custom Works YouTube channel. So today we are back on my S8. Got some coolant leaks, got a misfire. We just got done installing this engine along with some other parts that we're going to be testing out in preparation for a new setup that's going on this car in the future. So two main issues today: water pump, and we got a misfire, which I think is a ground issue to, I think it's cylinder 1 coil pack. So I'm going to be running a new ground right to the valve cover, which is, I think, actually possibly a TSB. I've seen it done from Audi on a couple cars, so apparently that must be an issue. It's not one I've run into prior, but it appears to be an issue on this car. We did just have the harness off and back on, so potentially there is a connection that got compromised and is causing the misfire. The other main issue is, so kind of to back up a little bit, this is an A8 engine right now. Oh, actually technically an S6 engine. And I had it on the stand for a long time. We ended up robbing the water pump off for another car that had to get in and out real quick, that we weren't able to buy a new water pump for. And in stupid fashion, the old leaking water pump from that other engine got put by this engine, and when this one got put in months later now, we just assumed all the water pump got pulled off. We slapped it back on, put it in the car, and turns out it's that bad water pump. So I'm going to get that put on. Hopefully that'll fix my coolant leak, and then we can start tuning on this setup. Right now it's completely stock S6 engine, S6 turbos, the whole deal. We just basically got to make sure the engine runs good. I wanted a low budget engine in this car for the testing I'm going to do. So stay tuned, let's get this thing done and go get this car driving so we can move on to more power and more fun. All right, so I got the car up in the air here. And if we look right up in here, so these are the water pump bolts. The water pump is technically this unit in the back, but we're going to take this whole assembly off. I'm going to try to do it in the car. With the S8, I have a little bit more room. Don't mind my aftermarket lines there. They're going to be a real pain to work around. But I'm going to give it a shot. There probably won't be much for you to be able to see until I get the pump out, so I probably won't record much. But I'm going to give this a shot. If it's too tight, I will just pull the front end, but I'm not really feeling that right now. So we're going to give this a shot, see if I can get it out. If not, we'll pull the front end. All right, guys, I'll give you a quick update of how this is going. Probably was difficult to get any kind of video down where I was working, but I ended up sliding the front end forward, as we can see here. Right up in there, I got my pin in there to hold the carrier, and we're forward a few inches. So if we look down there, it gives me just enough space to work. You just get my arm down here. You can see right here is the unit. Let's get the bolts out of the whole unit, but of course I got to pull the upper, I forget the technical name for it, but like the upper thermostat housing type of thing, because I can't get that out without that out. So I'm going to keep going. Hopefully we'll have it out shortly. So as I said, very difficult to really get any useful video. So I'll just give you a quick update and keep going, and I'll show you the pump when I get it out. All right, so we've got the old water pump out here. And if we look here, you can see how this was getting all wet and washed here from this weep hole. Because this normally would be facing down like this towards the engine. So if you were looking at the front of the car, this is what you'd be seeing. So it was leaking out of the back right there. And we got it out. Here is my new used one. So here's actually what the water pump looks like. Just bolt it in like so. So I'm going to get this all bolted up and then fight it back in there. This is probably one of the worst jobs that I've done with the front end on. Probably would have saved some time. I would have just pulled it, but I didn't feel like it. So now the question is going to be if I can get it back in. So for now, I'm going to keep going, see what we can get done. Alright, so I figured it'd be easier to show you out here before I go down in there, but this bolt has to be installed with the water pump. Once it's installed, the oil cooler will be like right here. So it's going to be impossible to put this bolt in here with the water pump installed. So I'll show you underneath. Oh, lost my screwdriver. So the pipe I'm talking about is right here. That screw, once installed, is going to end up being like right in here. So as you can see, it would not be able to come out. So we're going to install it with it in like this, because it's going to suck if you do that and you have to pull it all back out just to put that bolt in. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up the water pump replacement on this car. I'm sorry I wasn't able to show more footage of that. It was just kind of I couldn't even see what I was doing half the time. But that's going to wrap that up. Definitely if you are thinking of doing this, just pull your front core support off and you'll have a lot better time of it. So that's going to wrap up that. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm actually going to be moving right on to fixing the misfires, so stay tuned for that video as well.